Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, December 19th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, this candlestick right here will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol NUKK. Yesterday was a crazy mover, but today things got even crazier. Mapped out this bull pennant pattern. You can see this morning got the breakout. And then just absolute explosion. This one had like 3,000 halts on it today. So if you're someone that likes volatility and you don't mind sitting through some potential halts, then yeah, this one certainly packed quite the punch when it comes to all those dynamics. But let's map out some of the newest areas. And I think the most obvious and therefore the level that most people will be watching is that trend line right there. And I make the comment about obvious because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. So while there are no guarantees, is it plausible to think that if the price were to curl back up, get to that trend line, and then break through it, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible outcome. Again, not guaranteed, but at least a rational thought to have. In terms of levels of support, if this thing continues to pull back, let me change that to green for support. Interesting area in my mind right there around $34.50, which is now essentially giving us an overall pattern. So if let's keep it one color. So there's our resistance, there's our support, there's a nice move right there. For you golfers out there, try to make a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So if you do like bull pennants on very volatile stocks, then I definitely keep an eye on this one moving forward. Next one here, ticker symbol QUBT, and got ourselves another breakout on the day, talking about this dynamic right here and whether or not this was actually going to lead to anything bigger, and we got our answer today. Did indeed break out and went that much further, and we have ourselves, again, basically a case of deja vu, a whole nother bull pennant pattern. So I'm going to do this very crudely, but just to illustrate the point. So here's basically a bull pennant, and then right here we had a bull pennant, and then right here we basically have another bull pennant, except I'm not going to do that one as messy. I'm going to make this a little bit clearer. And I think the level that most people can agree on in terms of just where did the party essentially stop today was right up around $26.20. And I say right up around because sure, there was a couple times where the price didn't quite hit that level. One time right there, the price went above it. But just generally speaking, right up around this general area, clearly some sellers have shown up. Now, that's not to say the price can never get through that area. I'm just saying that moving into Thursday, that area there will definitely be public enemy number one if this overall uptrend is going to continue. But on that same note, sure, the price has been struggling at that level. But at the same time, the price has got a very, very nice uptrending trend line right there. So change that to green. So yeah, it's been getting rejected up here, but during the rejection, the price is still creeping higher and higher, which is giving us a nice little wedge formation, which makes it more than valid, especially the history of things. Will the history continue? Will the trend continue? And will it eventually work its way up through there? That's certainly a more than rational thought process to have. So definitely the uptrend continues, higher highs and higher lows, and that's what it's all about. Next one here, RGTI, and this one had a bit of a pullback today. So this is where things get a little tricky because it's all about perspective, meaning if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 13 minutes, well then from that standpoint, yeah, the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you do care about the bigger picture, part of that's going to say, well, yeah, fair enough, there was this pullback here, nobody can deny that. However, because somebody cares about the bigger picture, they're going to be saying, yeah, pulled back, but what was happening before the pullback? And those people say, well, the price was here, and then it went all the way up there. So if we put our golf hole down here once again, from the bigger picture standpoint, even with the pullback, you simply still just have a bull pennant pattern. Again, I'm well aware that this could sound crazy to call something bullish if you're a day trader and you bought right there. But that's why I'm trying to distinguish between those that are more so day traders and those people that may care about the bigger picture point of view. So if you do care about the bigger picture point of view, then moving forward, you still have a nice overall bull pennant pattern. Next one here, ticker symbol LITM. I'm going to go through this one very quickly because you've already heard me talk about this pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is that this one is a penny stock, but this penny stock definitely has very, very impressive volume, which is always good. So let's get the pattern drawn into play. Let's get the support part of the pattern right there. Again, green for support. And then keep it all one color. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big move up right here. We have the golf hole down here. And this is, once again, a bull pennant pattern. So like I said, if you like penny stocks, you like penny stocks with big volume, and you like bull pennants, I mean, this one is definitely checking all those boxes. So huge volume today, nice solid bull pennant pattern. Let's see what happens with it moving forward. Next one, TNXP, and this one is still, very interesting. Let me set up a little context here, because first off, this thing has the ability to move and move very quickly in very large amounts. Now, yes, all these gains have given themselves back up, but this is where at least catches my eye. And if you like these scenarios, great. If not, then you're probably not going to be putting this one on your watch list. But after all this commotion, the price has now started to go sideways. Now, let me be very clear. I wish I could say that trading was as easy as just finding stocks that made a bunch of moves and then went sideways. And that means for sure, guaranteed, it's ready to head back up. Not quite how it works, but it goes back to the whole idea of plausibility. Is it at least plausible? Is it rational to think that with the price going sideways, maybe, just maybe, the selling pressure is over? Of course. Case in point, let's just say the price came down here and then it doing this. And I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like the bottom is in. You'd be totally justified to say, wait a second, based on what? The price is literally still just dropping. But that's not the case here. It has at least started to go sideways. So does that mean that it's for sure a bottom? Of course not. Is there some likelihood that potentially this is some sort of bottom? Absolutely. So if you like penny stocks, if you like to play these situations where something gets beat down, but then starts to show maybe some bottoming out, keep an eye on it. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering here very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use. Or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, ticker symbol QBTS, and the first update needs to be done comes about based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So for those of you that did watch yesterday's video, hopefully that line there rings a bell. But the price broke above it, and then this is just the power of charts. You would want to see it act as support. Price came down, acted as support. Back up, back down, and wouldn't you know it, right there acting as support. So 855 is the level you would want to see act as support, and so far so good, it is indeed acting as support. Now, is that a do or die level? It's not. So if the price were to fall below there, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that, but that is where you'd want to pay attention to the purple line there, the 50-period moving average, keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line will move itself higher and higher, and from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price does stay above that purple line, the bulls are in full control. In terms of areas of resistance, nothing here. No need to get fancy, just where did the party stop today? And you can see right up there at about 1042, not once, but actually twice the price tried to get up through there, and both times was rejected. So any sort of return back upwards, that's not to say that level can't be broken, but it is a valid question mark to throw up there. Will the price have enough power to get up through that level? And if it does, well then yeah, you could be looking at a good solid upwards momentum breakout. But all in all, bigger picture wise, this thing continues putting those higher highs and higher lows, and that's what you want to see most. Next one here, ticker symbol SOUN. And again, a tricky chart to talk about because it's all about perspective. You day traders that were buying up around here and wanting to, buy and sell within 3 minutes. Yeah, not looking good at all for you. But if you do care about the bigger picture point of view, even with a pullback, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build that higher base. And actually, let me get rid of this and illustrate it. Let's first do our update. When levels of resistance are broken, you want to see them act as support. It actually did a fantastic job of acting as support. So let's say it continues to just chop around right here. Again, emphasis here on big picture. From the big picture standpoint, what do you have? Well, you have a set of lows there. You have lows there. You have lows here. You have lows down there. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, what do you have? Again, from the big picture standpoint, well, you'd still very clearly have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's what it's all about. You just want to see progress being made forward. And that is what that is representing. Again, I'm well aware. Day trader, what is this guy talking about? Things being bullish. I'm a day trader and I bought right there. I'm not talking about from that reference point, just from the grand scheme of things. So yeah, pretty rough pullback today, but assuming you do care about the bigger picture, the trend is still intact. Next one, PLRZ, and I like this one because it's got what I would call a pretty no-brainer trend line. So as I draw this, please don't think I'm trying to impress you or trying to imply this is a great skill or special discovery. I think a lot of people have drawn that, and I say all that because, as I mentioned earlier, it's all about the self-fulfilling prophecies. If you think a lot of people are watching the same exact areas and wondering the same exact things, then it can produce some good, solid, quality breakouts. So no guarantees, but if the price comes up here and pushes up through there, I think that gives it a likelihood that it could pick up some buyers because people are going to say, hey, I'm a breakout trader. Oh, look, that's breaking out. Oh, because I'm a breakout trader, I'm supposed to be buying the breakout, and then they just buy. Again, self-fulfilling prophecies. So keep an eye on that if you do like breakouts. In terms of areas of support, the level here that I'm very curious to see if it can maintain itself now moving forward, is that trend line right there. So keep an eye on that. But in my opinion, at least the most interesting dynamic is not necessarily whether or not that level can hold, but can the price get back up to that resistance trend line, and then can it break? Next one here, NVDA, wild ride on this one. Now, to be fair to it, the overall markets got absolutely hammered this afternoon after the Fed announcement. So it started off strong, but has completely rolled back over, which now brings everybody's, well, I don't know about everybody's sights, but I think a lot of people's sights back on that 127.20-ish area that was the lows from right here. So I think a lot of people are just going to be wondering, do we get some sort of double bottom bounce? So here was bounce number 1, and then here's bounce number 2. Will it double bottom? Now, there are no guarantees, so yes, the price could come down here and crash down through there. That's why risk management matters, but I mean, it's certainly plausible. The price has bounced from that area again, so plausible to think that it could bounce once again. So I would argue this is more so a double bottom type play. As of right now, I mean, just insane selling pressure. If you were to try to draw a trend line, look at how steep that trend line is, which just illustrates how brutal this sell-off was this afternoon. So, keep an eye on that level right there. You got to at least let it go sideways or do something. But as of right now, it's just completely a falling knife, and we'll see where it does decide to bottom out. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and this one is finally showing that it is human. I mean, it felt like this one could just go up every single day. Once again, though, in its defense, you could make the argument, well, the only reason it even went down was because of the Fed announcement and all that, and fair enough. But nonetheless, it still did go down. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. First key near-term level of resistance is right here, and this is just based on the rule that when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. And it's also basically a double whammy, because if you look close enough, the purple line is also right there, the 50-period moving average. But main area, if there is any sort of attempted bounce of resistance, is going to be up there at 457.50, so keep an eye on that. In terms of levels of support, if this thing's going to keep pulling back, next key level to keep a close eye on, is that former break? Yeah, okay, that's basically right where it found some support there at about 429. And if you look back here, this was just, nope, you can't quite see because my ugly mug's black. I'm blocking it. There we go. But if you look back through here, you can see this was an area of resistance, area of resistance, area of resistance, and then when resistances are broken, they tend to act as support, which is what happened right there, and also what happened right here. So if the price does come back down, more than valid to think you could get some sort of bounce off that level, but of course, as I've said a million times, no guarantees, so that's why risk management is important. But yeah, brutal day here for Tesla. We'll see if it can recover. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a moment, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency, manage risk, then go get signed up for the class. It'll be very soon, Thursday, December 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And then as far as the top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these and you want to support the channel in a completely free and easy way, please hit that subscribe button and consider hitting the like button. One quick clarification here on Bitcoin. I am on the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks now represents 4 hours and not 30 minutes, and that's because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible. So by using a longer time frame, walking you through some questions, we can make this analysis last for as long as possible. But as I speak right now, things are not looking so good for Bitcoin. Again, the Fed played a role in this. Big move to the downside, down below that purple line. So question number one that you need to ask yourself, and let's just say you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it, where is the price at relative to that pink line right there, which is the 200-period moving average? If you're saying, well, Clay, the price is down below there, okay, I'm not saying it's time to freak out or panic yet, but the next immediate question would be, okay, well, where is the price at relative to that level right there at 94,270? If you're answering the question that the price is down below there, again, am I saying that from overall Bitcoin is destroyed and going to $0? Of course not, but I am saying from a technical standpoint, that'd be a pretty big red flag that the bulls have lost control and the bears are starting to step back in a more authoritative way. But like I said, that's still a long way to drop. So I'd be pretty surprised if you were answering the question, the price is down below there, but it is Bitcoin, so you never know. Now, maybe you're saying, well, actually, Clay, I'm watching this and the price is still up above the pink line. Fantastic. Next immediate question is, where is the price at relative to the purple line? In any way, shape, or form, if you're answering the question that the price is above that purple line, that is good. I'm not going to say it's fantastic, but if the price can be up here, the most important thing there would be, revealing that, okay, this current downwards movement has at least stopped. That's the main question right now as I speak is, how bad, how nasty is this 4-hour candle right here going to get? Is there going to be more continuation, or is this the end of it? And we'll know that it's potentially the end of it, like I said, if you're answering the question that the price is back up above that purple line. So yes, as I speak right now, the bears have shown up. Are the bears here to stay? Is this just kind of a little temporary appearance of the bears? We'll see what happens. But those of you that are watching this video, 15, 20 hours from now, you're going to have a much better, you'll have a much better idea than where I sit right now. As I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to definitely get signed up for the free live class, because what you'll learn about can and certainly should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So go get signed up. Like I said, it'll be very soon, Thursday, December 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. And again, if you enjoy these videos, if you appreciate me doing Bitcoin and you want to support the channel in a totally free way, please hit that subscribe button and consider hitting that like button. So thank you for watching, and make sure you go get signed up for that free class.